Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name is Lavish and today we are going to talk about a topic that is very close to my heart. I'm really passionate about it and it's a topic that I was avoiding for a while, but I felt let's do it. Let's have a conversation with the people who are watching. I feel I haven't made my mind on what I'm going to speak about. It's just I'm sharing my thoughts. I would love to know what you think about the same. Please do, comment what you feel about this entire situation. And yeah, let's start. If you like perfumes, and I'm sure Instagram would know that, you must be seeing so many brands coming up every day for making inspired perfumes. And all know that it's the trending thing right now, and I have a hot take on it. But before I tell you what I feel is wrong with this entire inspired perfume trend, I would definitely like to acknowledge what, the contribution that this trend has brought into the whole business of perfumery and the art of perfumery also. Now, I feel before inspired perfumes, people didn't know much about niche brands, right? Brands like Maison Francis Kurkdjian, or let's say Mancera or Creed or Guerlain. These brands were not even known to many people, and inspired perfumes, this whole trend should be given that credit that they at least, raise the knowledge level and the awareness level of the entire consumer base, and we have to thank them for it. But I feel there's a lot more wrong to this entire trend than the good part. Starting with, I would like to admit that I have also, tried inspired perfumes back in my college days. So I'm in the same boat, but I have had my own journey, and which is why I'm making this video, right? I feel you see a YouTube video by a YouTuber that, hey, this is the best clone of, let's say, an XYZ perfume, or let's say Creed Aventus, which is probably the most cloned perfume. And a YouTuber would, praise so much about that perfume that you probably end up buying that perfume. And usually inspired perfumes range anywhere between 500 to 1500, which for I feel a lot of customers would not be that big of an amount, because the promise is so true that the amount seems very small. So you end up buying that perfume, right? But I feel, of course, the perfumes can never really match the original ones because of obvious reasons. The kind of quality ingredients and the research and, the kind of facilities that these perfumes are made in, there's no way that one could, 100% clone a particular perfume. And of course, you didn't get disappointed, right? Because the experience is not there. And then there comes another video from a different YouTuber. And I'm not trying to diss any YouTubers here. I'm just telling you how these things came to me, at least, right? So then there's a second person telling you that, no, this is the best one. And then you would probably end up buying it. And that's what I did. I probably, spent, let's say 5, 10, 15,000 rupees just on inspired perfumes, chasing the original ones, thinking that they will give me that same experience at a fraction of the cost. But what I've come to realize is that I was better off getting a full bottle of just 1 to 2 original perfumes. And my experience would have been much better than, wasting those bottles, because honestly, I still have those, bottles. I think I probably used, let's say, only 5-10 ml of the entire perfume, and the rest of the bottle is just sitting idle on my shelf because I don't really enjoy it. So what I want to convey is that one should really think about this trend. I'm just opening the floor for you, or I'm just giving you some certain questions to think about, and would love to know what your thoughts are on the same. Now, another thing is that I feel it's very good to be inspired, right? There are so many creations that I would like to name. First of all, this brand Comet that is very popular among the Gen Z consumer. I feel that it is an inspired brand, and that is true inspiration. They have, adopted a silhouette which is so popular and made something very unique and indie, so to say. And I feel that is the correct definition of getting inspired. But there are certain brands in perfumery that, copy the name, the bottle design, the packaging, which I personally have a problem with. I feel that is stepping that inspiration line, and it's borderline plagiarism, or copying a particular perfume right from its fragrance to bottle design, and doing a very bad job at it, to be honest. And here I would like to credit brands such as Rasasi, Latafa. They are also clone houses, as people call it, and they are making inspired versions, but they have their own take often to all these perfumes, and they are doing a lot of R&D. They are spending heavily on the packaging, presentation, and for the price that they're offering, it's too good to be true. And those are genuinely inspired perfumes, I feel. As consumers, I feel we need to understand that perfumes, there's a reason why certain perfumes are expensive. It's very unfair to say that, hey, the perfume, let's say Chanel perfume, which costs 15,000, only took, let's say, 500 rupees as a raw material cost. But there's so many different expenses that, got into making, or let's say originating that fragrance, be it R&D, the marketing expenses. It's only with time and economies of scale that a perfume brand is, of course, making profit. So it's very unfair to say that, that these brands are overcharging you. Of course, I mean, there's a brand premium to the entire experience. But there's a reason why fragrances are expensive, because raw material is expensive and you can't really achieve the same quality with a cheaper raw material. And one thing I would like to highlight is that, let's say take Chanel for example. If you see their entire catalog, I do not have a correct or the exact number, but I feel they would have, let's say, about 40-50 perfumes in their entire lineup, and that too over 100 years of their existence, or over 100 years of them launching their first perfume. But if you take a inspired perfume brand who, let's say, just started 1 to 2 years ago, they have over 100 perfumes already in their catalog. Why do you think a brand like Chanel, which has so much money, they only have 50-60 perfumes in their entire catalog over 100 years, and an inspired perfume brand 100 perfumes in 2 years? Because these guys do not need to do any R&D. They just have to, procure oils. There are so many companies doing it, and just dilute it with alcohol, and then rest is marketing. So there's no quality differentiation between one inspired perfume brand versus another, right? And I feel, now this is something very abstract that I would like to say, that the chase to, get something original in a fraction of the cost doesn't really land you anywhere. It's better to, save up some money. Now, it's my personal take. People could very well disagree, and that is why we're having this conversation. So instead of, wasting money on chasing the originality in different inspired perfumes, I would really suggest you think about it, save up some money and get the actual thing, because the experience is never the same with a cheaper product. And the confidence that you get knowing that you're wearing the original thing, the original creation, is something on a, different level. And I am saying all this admitting that I have also, bought inspired perfume. So it's just food for thought for everyone. You can think about it. Love to know what your thoughts are or what you feel about this entire situation. But I feel we're in a very exciting time, considering the market, that there's so many new brands coming up. I would personally like to, give a shout out to 2 brands. One is Kanishka Perfumery. They are doing something unique. And Alpha Originals, which I think are Delhi-based brand. We should, acknowledge such brands, appreciate them, what they are bringing to the market, because they could also very well, go the inspired perfume trend, but they choose to make something unique, something of their own. So this was basically my take on the entire inspired perfume trend and the situation. I would really love to know what you feel about this, also about what I've said. This is a very candid conversation and also a very unscripted video. It was just something that was on my mind ever since I started Scentira, and probably even before that. So let me know what you feel down in the comments, or you can DM me on Instagram also. I would love to know what you feel, and let's build a community, and let's, have a free conversation. That is what this entire channel is about. And if you would like me to make more such videos, please do let me know. Until then, please do like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, share it with a friend or a fragrance enthusiast, and hit that bell icon. And I'll see you in the next one.